Hi everyone, Mitch here, and I am back with another one. Yes, that's right, another vlog. It's day 5 of this series, which I don't know if I want to continue it. It feels like maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Definitely take a break for this weekend, maybe, probably, though. I don't know, I might not, we'll see. If I get a chance to drive tomorrow, I'll do one, but otherwise, you know, it's Friday. I don't care about anything. That's not true. Okay, so Fridays at our school, we have usually have something special. We have longer classes in the morning, but fewer of them. And then after lunch, there's like an activity or community service or something. Just something. What that something was today, sorry, I'm gonna just put these sunglasses on because, I don't know, why not, I guess. No, I can't. Do I look cool? Oh wow, I do. That's... Sorry, they're polarized, so they can basically not see the screen at all. Which is probably a good thing, because I'm driving. But no, it's nice. It's really nice. To just... okay, so today, we had a talk from the teacher who is now the principal. And this principal, his thing is was ever shall be, he gave, basically the talk was on stress management, and he was talking about how, like, what stress even is and how you kind of free yourself from it, and it was okay. I'm gonna stop just trying to find adjectives to say how good it was and interesting and the kind of cop-outy feeling, but in a more genuine way than any cop-out ever, because that's just boring. But it was good because talked about the fact that, I don't know, I don't know. It was so good, I don't want to paraphrase it, but I feel better now. I may or may not make some changes to my life, probably won't, but it's good to at least have that less pushed back into the back of my mind, even if I've heard it all before. It's like in Wonderwall. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. It's like, you can know something, but you can disregard that knowledge enough that it's almost worse than if you did know it, because it can't strike you, except if it's put in a really new and interesting way. And this, it was, and so that's good. I highly appreciate it. Let's see what else has been going on in my life. Basically nothing has changed. It's kind of hard to do a life update when your life is the same. What could I talk about? Movies. If there's some movie that... Okay, here's a random thing. There are people who enjoy the band Imagine Dragons, and then there are people who hate the band Imagine Dragons, or make fun of them, or meme it to death, whatever they do. Like musically, I mean. I don't mean what the band does. I mean, I've never actually heard of the band doing anything. I mean, that's probably just because I'm not paying attention. But anyway, they've got all these songs, right? And if you haven't heard a song by Imagine Dragons, maybe good for you. I don't know. It's the kind of thing where you kind of have to hear at least 2 or 3 to know who it is everyone's talking about when they mention Imagine Dragons. because their style is pretty... It's the kind of... What their style consists of, I'm just going to stop describing it by describing it instead. Their style consists of rhythms, chords, and melodies that that feel profound, even though they kind of aren't, and words that are strung together, words that are profound and cool sounding, strung together in ways that basically only work with the music they're set to. And sorry, a guy just cut me off, and I was debating whether to do my horn, but I decided, maybe not this time. See what a good person I am. Ha 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 ha. But no, anyway, Imagine Dragons. So, some of their songs start differently, but most of them start the same, and they all kind of have these vague, these vague undertones of Christian mythology and or science fiction or something. Literally, it's... And so, but if you actually piece together the words, you realize that it's not really telling a cohesive story and doesn't make sense. And lines that you once thought, oh, that sounds cool and probably means something because the words are neat words, you look and it's like, oh, it doesn't actually mean anything. That's kind of sad. What are some examples of songs? You got Believer is kind of one of their bigger ones. I don't know if it's the biggest, but it's the one I hear most on the radio. So there's Believer, but I'm going to talk about Believer in a bit. Well, first, I just want to mention Radioactive. And Radioactive is a song by Imagine Dragons, but the thing about Radioactive is that I want to like it. I actually genuinely want to like the song. It's trying and just about succeeding to make me feel like I'm at the cusp of something great. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and some of it was tragic and kind of in a lower class of life, but gonna be something. It's a new age. Anything is possible, and pretty likely at this point. That's how it's trying to make you feel. And I'd say of all their songs that I've heard, Radioactive does the best job of it. There's some other ones I don't remember the names of, but I remember kind of how they go. It's the way that Imagine Dragons names their songs is the name of the song and the one word in the word they repeat in the chorus are the same, so that's kind of easy, I guess. But at the same time, they've got a couple choruses that are multiple words, and that makes it kind of hard. But today I want to talk about Believer, because Believer is... Okay, so the way that music works for me, at least, is the first time I hear a song, it's either, it's sort of okay, or that's the worst song ever, I hate it so much. Or oh, it sounds really cool, but there's this really, really evil thing in the lyrics, and I don't want to put that into my brain ever again. The second listen, it's either that music's actually pretty good, I think I'll try to understand some words that I didn't get last time. Or, you know, in the second instance, it's like, that music's pretty terrible, but the words are okay, I guess. Or the music's pretty terrible and the words aren't okay and I hate this. Or, you know, the music is amazing, but because of the words and the way in which the words are said, it's just the absolute worst. There's one song in particular I'm thinking of, and I don't know what its name is, and I don't know who it's by, and I don't want to, because every now and just thinking about the existence of it, I've got it stuck in my head, and it's terrible. Okay, so this is another tangent. Of course, I'm going on tangents today because it's day 5. I think this might be the longest I've made it without going on tangents so far. But anyway, rock and roll songs. Either they're about bros being bros, or they're about girls. And if they're about girls, it's either a female singer singing about girl things, or it's a male singer. And if it's a male singer, then it's either about stalking or about sex. I'm just gonna go out and say that. Like, just about every rock song sung by a guy that has females in it is about stalking or sex. Like, straight up. And most of those I find to be creepy and or crass, typically both. But this sounds really stupid when I say it out loud, but there's like a couple good songs in there. Like what's it called? It's a by the way, I don't know how to snap, so when I do this, I'm trying to snap. I've been able to snap before. And it's about to get really loud because we're getting on the highway and accelerating. But no, stuff. So, things. So, people. So, places. So many memories. So many Desperate Ways. That's what it's called. Desperate Ways by Journey, which for had no a long time idea I by them. Which for a long time I had no idea was by them. Which I had no idea was by them for a long time. The song, which I had no idea was by them for a long time. The song by them, of which fact I had no idea for the longest time. For the longest time, I had no idea that Separate Ways was by Journey. There, that's how you say that. Wow, isn't English tough? It's such a weird language, but we all speak it. Just act like it's nothing, you know? I guess that's another thing about society. It's like chicken and egg. Nobody's going to invent a more logical language than English, and so no one will speak a more logical language than English, and no one will speak a more logical language than English because it hasn't been invented yet, you know? Right. Separate Ways by Journey is, I think, the closest thing you could get to a morally positive song about stalking. I'm not saying that it is, but it's like the purest and the most upright that you can get in that field. This is sounding dumber the more I say it. Okay. Darn. Okay. I guess I can't go on believing that, because saying it out loud, it's stupid. You know, that's something good. You should always try and, like, say your beliefs out loud. And if one day you're saying stuff that you think you believe, and you're like, wait a second, this is dumb, why do I even believe this? Then just take a minute, sit back on it, maybe stop believing that thing, or don't stop believing it. Sorry. irony is strange, because you don't think a song is by them, and then it turns out that it is. What else am I talking about? Talking about, to go back, Imagine Dragons, yes. Dragons are imagined. Do you imagine dragons? Okay, just close your eyes for a second. I'm not going to do it because I'm driving. Imagine, okay, dragons. Imagine dragons. Okay, you've got the dragons in your head. Now feel the lightning and the thunder. Feel the thunder, people! That's blah blah blah, etc., etc. None of this means anything. Take it for what it's worth, which is nothing. Ha 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 ha! I'm not monetized because I have no subscribers. Isn't that fun? By the way, if you actually are subscribed, thank you, I guess. I'm not going to be like those other YouTubers who are like, you have to subscribe to me or else I will come and eat your family. It's like, no, just, you know, sub if you want, don't sub if you don't want. Feel free to turn on notifications if you are betting on me to not ever upload again. If you don't want to see when I upload because you don't care that much, but you do kind of feel bad for me and want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe with notifications off, because that way it's an extra subscriber, and then later on when you happen to get a notification about my channel, you're not like, oh hey, I don't want to get notifications from this person, I think I'll just unsubscribe. No, you see, not turning on notifications fixes that whole problem. Anyway, back to thinking about Believer. On first glance, okay, the first time I heard Believer, I don't remember where it was, I just remember that I was really annoyed by the chorus. And I still am. I think it's stupid and dumb. It doesn't fit the rest of the song. I mean, the problem is, the more you listen to something, the more it feels cohesive to you. Repetition legitimizes. Repetition legitimizes. Repetition legitimizes, guys. Repetition legitimizes. What that means is, the more times you hear something, the more natural it sounds. The more times that pattern of associations is mapped out in your brain, the more likely the next thing your brain thinks of when you hear part of that is the next part of it. This is why with songs that you're really, really into or listen to on repeat when you first heard them and are like stuck on them, and you know all the lyrics and you can play any of the instrumental parts. Am I the only one? I can't be the only one who has there's a couple songs like that where you just know the whole thing in and out completely. For me, the main one is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. If I knew how to play guitar and drums, I could definitely. If I knew how to play guitar, drums, and piano, and if I had the mental muscle memory in my head, I could definitely 500%. Recreate Bohemian Rhapsody from scratch without any super obvious flaws in the recording, I guess. But the first time I heard Bohemian Rhapsody, I thought, That's kind of a cool song, but it's kind of it jumps all over the place, and I'm not sure about the subject matter. But then I listened to an orchestral cover. It was a really good orchestral cover, and you can look up some. It's the one by Nicholas Hirsch with the solo viola, the studio recording, because there's like an old one from like 2008 or something, and a really, really old YouTube video of them performing it live, and it's a really amazing arrangement. It's just bad audio and bad video. It's like the worst audio, the worst video. Just terrible quality, like I don't know how to describe it. Like just a low, like a bad color space. So, I'm sorry, I guess I can't talk about Believer. I keep getting sidetracked, and I need some silence in my life. I might try and touch on it next vlog, though, if there's a next vlog. Basically, it sounds like it doesn't have meaning. It sounds like it has meaning, and then you listen to it, like, with a critical ear, and you're like, oh wait, no, it doesn't have meaning. But then actually, like, piece together all the words and stuff, it does have meaning. The meaning is, the speaker is not a believer. The speaker has been wronged by religion and has basically made his own. He has been made a believer by the believers, but what he believes is not what they believe. And you kind of get this sense of internal contradiction in the song, where it's like, it is a thing, but also, like, he is this thing that he's singing about, but also he definitely isn't. And what he's singing about is like, standard religion, but it's also really, really not. And the imagery is purposefully vague and inconsistent, and it's all whack because he made it up from the fragments of Christianity that he didn't feel like throwing away, which is like a little bit of vague symbolism. Alright, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for sitting through my pain. I mean, I'm sorry to cause you the pain of sitting through my ramblings. Whatever. Goodbye.